And of course, we got to play our slick intro that actually plays this time. But we're live right at this moment in time. We're going to see if we can. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for being here. Another episode of Freaky Friday. Joined by the entire team. We're back in full action from Texas. Was our last episode in Texas?
It was.
It was? Wow. That's how long it felt. Like that feels like a couple weeks ago. But super excited to be here. You guys seeing the title. Terry's on fire. He's had a hell of a week. We're going to talk some about the deals that we're doing, some of the stuff we're putting together. The highs, the lows, the emotional journey that is real estate. It affects everybody. Some days you're up big, some days you're down. You're like, I'm never going to get a deal. You guys can only see half the DMs I get half the time being like, it's not working out for me, Matt. And then some people be like, oh my gosh, my life's changed. Just got a massive assignment. It's the reality of the world we live in there. But there is, I promise you, there is a place to find where even kill, where you're doing deals on a consistent basis. And, this is something that, I'm going to introduce the rest of the team. But I think it's going to be a cool topic to talk on today. And then I'm going to have some really cool announcements. If you guys haven't seen, we have the big one. We have a big webinar tomorrow doing a training on our infinite lead system. If you guys seen anything on my Instagram, anything we've been posting, I'm going to show you guys exactly what we do to find our leads, how we find our deals. They're basically free. From working relationships, really cool stuff. And we're also giving away a house. So we're going to talk about that too. But without that, Terry, what's up, bro? How are you?
Yo, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. It's been a week. Here we are, Friday.
Here we are. It's been a good week.
You sound noticeably better.
Yeah, finally on the mend. I actually have my southern twang back now, so my charm is back.
You had to do Patrick Mahomes earlier this week, and that was rough.
It's crazy. I had my voice all week. Probably made the most calls I've ever made in a week. And got a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, it was cool. Been a fun week.
So, Terry, when people are like, I can't get a deal done, what do you think?
I would sound like Kermit the Frog. So, yeah. My superpower was taken from me. But, hey, I still get stuff done. So
being like, hey, you're noticeably Southern when you get on a phone call. Terry's from South Carolina when he's here in the office. But when he gets on the phone with somebody, he's from the backwoods.
I'm from deep inside.
Deep, all of a sudden.
Yep.
All of a sudden, the education just kind of like, we didn't finish high school. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Well, that's what you think. But, hey whatever works.
It works. Hey, the twang works, man. I'm a firm believer that the twang works. So it's a good week. We also are joined by two of our special guests. What's up, Kyle? How are you?
I'm doing good.
Kyle.
How are you doing?
Kyle. Dude, Kyle, you're not even in the real estate business anymore. What are you doing in here?
I don't know.
I'm just here so don't get fined.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Gonna get fined. I love it. Well, what's new with you, Kyle?
Yeah, so I've been working a lot on the product side of things. So like a lot of what we have going on, the mentorships and the different products that we offer. Being supportive on that end and helping those communities grow.
100%. So you are an integral part of what we do because we have been working together for a while now. Mm-hmm. Started at Culinary Dropout, and here we are doing our thing. And couldn't do what we do here without you, Kyle. Don't say that. I say that very serious, bro. Like, you're amazing. You make a lot of stuff happen. You ever hear Kyle complain about anything? Ever?
He hears me complain a lot.
You were making Diana laugh today.
Was I?
Yeah, you were. She's like, yeah, I had to tell Terry.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's cool.
Dang. Shout out Diana. But we're also joined by the one and only Joe Alpha.
Joe Alpha, everybody.
How you doing, Joe Alpha?
I'm great. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Freaky Friday as always.
Yeah.
It's a good week.
What's your plans for the weekend, bro?
Actually, I have a wrestling tournament. So my junior high boys are wrestling in the EVC Conference Championship, EVC Championship.
Well, they
So-
better win, Joe,
Oh,
because
yeah.
we had a very important meeting this week, and Joe had to get out of here to go wrestle.
Yeah, it's
Look
it's tough.
at
So there won't be more of Joe. Like I won't have to leave the office early for
Joe.
wrestling.
Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. There's nothing wrong with doing a little wrestling.
How much left in the season?
So this is actually like our state tournament.
Oh, okay.
So this is our last big match, and then we'll go into off season.
Is the boys gonna hit weight?
I hope so. It's weird. Like they don't weigh in before every single match, but this is the only match of the year where they officially weigh in.
Right.
So we'll see.
Interesting.
We'll see. It's gonna
No
be
pressure.
Yeah.
So it's this weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, they probably had a hell
it's
of a
right by
week.
your house.
Really?
Yeah, it's at Castile.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to
Cool.
stop. I'm about to come through.
Yeah, you should. It's free.
Dude, I bet it's been a hell of a week for those kids at school. They basically have to go without eating for a week.
Yeah, not really. They just wake up and they're on weight.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't really have anybody doing that kind of
I
stuff?
not really.
Is
I
that
mean,
more in high school level?
Yeah, like I don't really want. Like my goal is to make them like wrestling and not to make them hate it.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, you got to kind of hate it because that makes you appreciate it.
true. That's very true.
Honestly, yes,
No.
the case.
No, that's
That's
so
a hot
true.
take. You know?
It honestly is. But I'm like trying to make them enjoy it. So we don't really cut a lot of weight in junior high. It's only an 8-week season, so
Yeah.
it's really short. So
I would have had a really tough time with that in junior high, cutting weight. Like I can't do it. I ain't gonna do it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be wrestling into heavies. Say they don't even have this weight class in high school, dude.
Mason says the mics are not working, just the room mic.
Dang. Well, Mason, check this out, brother. We're gonna change this up. Thanks for letting us know. We have we're playing in the iMac right now. Check this out. Bam. Can you hear us better now? Hey Mason, can you hear us better? Everybody chat.
Hey,
Hello.
Mason.
Hey, Mason. What's up, man?
Mason.
How you doing?
There you go.
David, everybody, double check.
Most of the time we do
Check,
like
check,
have a
check,
little
check,
earpiece
check,
that we
check,
check
check,
in
check,
on,
check.
but we have a new Roadcaster. So
How we doing on that? Can everybody hear us? Are we all good?
Hello.
Can we get a yes in the chat
Smooth Jam.
if you hear us better now?
Let me put a dub in the chat.
Put a dub in the chat. So that's just to cap off the week right there. We've been live for almost 10 minutes with bad audio.
Oh my god.
we're all sitting here holding mics up to our face
Right? Like a bunch of idiots.
Damn.
for it not to
Dang,
work.
dude.
So
Yeah. Test Terry, say something.
test.
Okay. I think we're better now. Oh. So yeah, that's why we gotta have our video guy have the video on behind
Producer.
us. So our producer.
Rough
All
week
right,
for
so
producer,
to
huh?
the good stuff. Why you guys came here today? We had a meetup out when we were in Texas, in San Antonio. Had a bunch of great connections. It was great meeting you guys. It got a little heated at the end because we started playing pickleball, which very competitive. I had never played. Terry took 2 out of the 3 from me.
Terry also never played. So
Yeah, but they were warmed up before I actually came on the court. And you also had Jesus was a pocket pickleball player. Never seen anyone so competitive on the pickleball court. He was throwing some nasty stuff out, like his serves
well, I
barely
mean,
crossing the net.
yeah, but we
That's
beat
good.
y'all 2 out of 3. So
Hey,
hey,
but we came back and we won that last one. So
we had to give you one.
yeah, but that was really cool seeing all you guys. We had a great opportunity to go visit a lot of our properties. If you guys saw, we're giving away a freaking house, so we announced that there. We picked up some trash from one of the flips that we were looking at purchasing, and we went and traded that up with the help of Mike and Trey at the swap meet. They were able to sell this stuff because Mike had to speak Spanish basically. Got $5 for it. Went and bought a used camera that I have for sale up for $290 right now. So that should be an easy first trade up, and we're going to trade that up all the way to a house, and then we're going to give it away on the channel. It's going to be crazy. So
Pretty bonkers.
yeah, look for another video on the channel today about like how you can apply if you guys want the house. There's a way to get it. So super excited to be sharing that. But most importantly, I I feel like we got more done in a short period of time, like within those 3 days, than we have done in probably like a month, right? And not to say that we haven't been doing anything, but I think it kind of revitalized a lot. I think Terry, you came back and you're like, yeah, I'm locked in.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah.
It was cool to like see all the stuff that you've been really working on, you know, walking the houses and stuff, because a lot of these deals, we can't really put our eyes on it in person.
Yeah.
So that part was pretty cool.
Who else ever feels like you feel like you're just doing a bunch of work, but you're not getting any sort of reward, right? Whoever feels like you're getting to the point where it's like, man, you're working, you haven't seen the fruit of your labors.
It's
So
tough.
yeah,
Just gotta keep going.
it's cool to see that.
For sure.
And I think it also goes into like, if you don't believe, then it's not going to work, right? And the belief that I've seen in you, Terry, in this 1 week alone, do you think that's played a toll into the contracts that we currently have?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Got back on the phones.
Yeah. Well, you've been bogged down with a bunch of other stuff that keeps you off the phone, that keeps you away from the phone.
That seems to not change yet, but hey, we're working on it. But yeah, I honestly had a good week on the phones. Had a lot of people very, very receptive, kind of wanting to listen about Subject to. We got some cash offers coming in. I mean, we got a lot of cool stuff. So, I mean, it was probably our most productive week we've been, like for contract wise, like 6 contracts this week. Yeah. So pretty freaking awesome.
And we're working some funky ones too, you know, but we're making them work.
Right.
And, you know, Cherie's out here battling. I'm pretty sure she's in a wrestling match right now. But what they don't know is we got Stone Cold Steve Austin with us. She's no joke.
We got the ringer.
So she's making it happen. And then, yeah, I mean, just from what I've seen, and I will say this to you guys just because it bears truth every day. Like if you show up and you do what's necessary, how you feel about the work that you're doing will impact your result tremendously. It's not just hitting your numbers. I see a lot of folks that are like, Matt, I'm making the phone calls or I'm doing this and I'm talking to a lot of agents. How do you feel about it? What's your enthusiasm that you're bringing to each call? Because I promise you one thing, if you're not bringing energy, that's how it's received on the other end, and you don't get anywhere in your conversations.
Well, I mean, you just like little doubt creep in, right? Where you're like, you start looking at a deal differently. You're like, you start looking at a lead differently. You start reading it and you're like, man, you see all the reasons why it wouldn't become a deal in your brain already before you even have the conversation, instead of all the reasons why it could become one. So now you're already going in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and you have to be all in to convince these people to do these things. And if you don't believe in it, then they're damn sure not going to believe in it.
And then even when you know you have to go pretty low on the entry, right? If you don't believe they're going to do it, then they're not going to do it.
Right.
You know? But you have some hellacious deals this week.
I mean, we've been, honestly, I mean, you
got a cash flowing duplex.
Every deal, we just keep going lower and lower and lower, and we still somehow get them. So every time I get a deal, everybody goes, hey, man, you got to go lower. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to Cracker Jack stand and get some houses. Let's get it.
Best I can do is give you a box of cereal.
Right. The little ones you open up, you pour the milk into, you know?
Hey, that would be a hell of a video. Let's see if we can do that for the YouTube channel.
Sometimes honestly, and it's like, it's so funny because like when you're in a bad mood and when you're in a bad week, that's what it feels like. Yeah. It feels like you're doing the impossible, you know? Yeah. And it just feels tough. But when you believe, the deals somehow follow. You know what I mean? It is weird how that works because Matt jumped my shit about 2 weeks ago where you're like, dude.
Wait, I jumped your shit?
Yeah, you did. Or you said, you was like, you know, I don't hear you on the phones as much as you used to. And honestly, I got like sick when I wasn't here and then I just had a bad week. Yeah. Like, you know, just human nature, bull crap, a lot of excuses. So I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm not on the phone nowhere near as much as I need to be. So then when we went off to San Antonio, talked to the agents, you know, got rejuvenated with that because I do enjoy like trips and being around everybody. Come back.
That was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. And then you hit the ground running where you come back and like, hey, no matter what, you say I'm gonna be here at 8:00, 8:30, you go to here at 8:00, 8:30. You say I'm gonna do this, Like I'm picking up the phones before I even have a meeting trying to get deals.
Yeah.
Like it's just a different mindset, you
It
know.
is.
And
son of a, if it didn't work out.
it didn't work out. So pretty cool.
Hey, so as brothers, even though we work and we're family members, we can have tough conversations with each other.
Yeah.
Have you had some tough conversations with me?
Dude, you know me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And likewise.
Hey, if I have something I have to say, I do not.
Yeah.
As people know that's around me,
Yeah.
I don't mince words.
No.
But that's just how it is. And when Matt came to me and was like, I don't think you're holding up your end of the bargain, I had to step it up.
You stepped it up.
That's it.
It just that's got to be pretty cool though. Just how lethal you can be, Kyle. When we first talked, and you said, "I think Terry's got it."
Dog, I've been new, Matt.
I
knew before day one.
Yeah. Did you?
Oh yeah. I'm like, man, this guy's got it. Man's got the golden voice.
He got a golden
He's got the
voice.
pipes.
He's got the mouth
pipes.
of the South.
Mount South. He's got the pipes for real estate. Just put this man. Just put this man on the phone. Train him up a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, he's like Adele out there.
He's like singing on him, singing to his sellers, singing to his agents.
Oh man, yeah, you did, Kyle. Like you believed in Terry even before I even believed in him. I was like, you think Terry's gonna be able to make?
Please, come on.
Hey, Kyle's in my corner for a minute.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
I mean, and for me, it was always like, well, will Terry want to do this? Will he get burned out doing this? And I was saying, you've been doing pretty good. But real estate is a roller coaster of emotions. Terry, speak to everyone here on what it feels like some days in real estate when things aren't going your way. Does that ever happen?
Yeah, it happened today. No, honestly, I mean, it's just a lot, right? Because
So you're not alone is what I'm saying.
there's so much that can go wrong in one of these things.
Mhm.
And that's just the way it is. And me personally, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. It's some good and some bad when it comes to getting some deals and stuff.
Mhm.
People trust me in getting and holding up my end of the bargain. And sometimes it ain't, it's not, I'm not, it's, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. And it's
Mhm.
tough. And it's tough on me mentally. But you got to keep going.
Because you get it from all sides.
You get it from all sides. You say you work a deal for a really long time, you build a connection. I'm sure you guys know how many times have maybe you talked to
Who's
somebody.
ever had to cancel a deal watching?
Right.
Has anyone ever had to cancel a deal? Because then you know what we're talking about. It's tough to go do all the work, do everything just for something to ruin the deal.
Right. And then for them to blow you up on their phone nonstop. Because I mean, honestly, how we as a team have it kind of set up, of course. The acquisition side, of course, falls 100% on me. I have a great team in Diana, AJ, and some VAs that work under us. But the truck stops for me to get the thing done. But it just doesn't stop there, of course, because they have to, you have to gain their trust and stuff like that. And that's understandable.
Yep.
So then when something falls through and shit hits the fan, they go back to me.
Yeah, who are you going to talk to?
Yeah. So it's just tough. But hey, that's life.
It's everybody, guys. So
I mean, that's what I'm saying. For you guys, I'm sure you're setting it up, you're closing it, you're dispoing it, you're doing the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
So you guys know.
And there's this saying that goes, every level has a new devil. And that's the case, right? If you guys are just getting started, then you may feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have anyone to talk to. I don't even know where to start, right? And that is in of its own self a very important challenge for you to overcome. You have to get to the point where you solve that problem for yourself, right? Kyle, there was a time where you were trying to do this on your own.
Yeah.
Joe, you as well. What was that like getting started on a day-to-day basis? What did you feel like? Like, was it overwhelming?
It was.
What did it feel like to do it on your own?
Yeah, it was. You have no idea. Yeah, it's overwhelming and you have no idea what you're doing. And so you start one thing just to see if you gain any traction with it. Not knowing what you're doing. Right. It's like walking up a pitch black staircase. You're just putting one foot in front of the other, hoping that you get to the top somehow, some way. You don't know when, don't know where, but hopefully you go somewhere.
Does anyone feel like you're walking up a pitch black staircase right now? Right? Not knowing where you're going. I feel like that's why it's so important to go to meetups, to network with people, to have people help you in your deals, to squat up with other investors, to find maybe not even business partners, but strategic partners. Find other people that can be in it with you, because otherwise it's a lonely world out there. And when you don't know
the
what to
meetup
do,
was
it's tough.
cool, man. It's just honestly, it was cool to like talk to different people, and they see two sides of the coin, right? Because they see the business side of it, they see you, and they think, man, that's so cool. That's so like, one day I strive to be that, and you're like the shining star and like helping people out in that. And then there's me, the other side of the coin, who's just like a dude just talking and showing them like it can be done too, a different kind of way, and just picking up the phone and getting it done. I mean, however you want to get it to the goal, as like, you can follow scripts, you can take notes, you can jot down anything, you can pick up sayings, but at the end of the day, like, you are who you are, and they believe in you. So you just be yourself. That's what I always tell people when we go to these meetups. Of course, you're going to need to know what you're talking about or sound like it or have, backup plans when they ask you questions, hard questions. Dude, but just being very honest with people, you still get the job done for sure.
And I mean, there's that saying that comparison is the thief of all joy. The reality is, like, it's so tough, because I find myself doing the same thing. It's so tough not to compare where you're at with somebody else.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, well, they're just doing this and they're saying that. So why am I not getting that result? Why am I not getting 5 deals in a week? Why am I not getting 1 deal in a week?
Yeah.
Guys, like, this is something that you grow into, right? And when I first got started, I was comparing my chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 26. But at the same time, it's nice to see someone who's been to chapter 26. I feel a hell of a lot more confident that I can get there.
Exactly.
Because we're normal people. I'm no different than you. Terry's no different than you, right? And I think to get to where, I'm not anywhere close to where I want to be, like, it's going to take me 20 more years to even figure out where, be even closer to where my current goals are. But, like, it's nice to already have a roadmap, right? And I think one thing that, if I can go back and from when I first started to where we're at now, if I can go back and, like, just shake myself a little bit and say, look, got to stop comparing yourself and be like, be okay with where you're at, like the process, and understand that this is going to get you where you want to go. And I subconsciously knew what I was doing, even though I've had bad business partners in the past. But connecting with people early on, people that were further along than me, it showed me the roadmap to get me where I want to go, right? And then continually looking up and being like, okay, all right, cool. I know what I need. I get my head back down into the dirt, right? So that's big.
Yeah. I mean, in having things you can bounce ideas off people, having a community that would back you, and stuff like that. And that's why I tell people as well, is like, dude, how many of you guys on a day-to-day basis tell me, hey, you ever heard of so-and-so? Oh, so-and-so on YouTube? I'm like, bro, I don't know who the hell that is.
Terry don't watch no.
I don't watch none of that.
Watch no content, read no books.
I don't do none of that. And I've only been doing this for 6 months. And that's what I'm saying. Like, truthfully, if you get the right kind of intel and you learn the knowledge that you need to acquire,
do it your way.
Yeah, do it your way.
Right. The way you do it, not the way I did it.
Right.
Right. And it's not the way Kyle did it. Right. And Joe, when you were first starting, how did you do it?
I mean, kind of, well, I probably consumed too much content, and it was kind of, and that's probably the biggest thing is this day and age, it's almost impossible to not compare yourself. Like when you're scrolling through TikTok and you see someone's Lamborghini, you're like, oh, wow, that's nice. I wish I had one of those.
Or you see another 21-year-old doing something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's 100. It's tough. And so, when you compare yourself too much, it gets frustrating. But when I first got started, I connected with people that were already ahead of me and people that were either doing stuff that I wanted to do or were already on that path. That's kind of what I ended up doing, just linking 100%. Up. Yeah.
And, I think oftentimes there's that other saying, and I truly believe this one, because it's crazy how much you can get done in a short period of time. We tend to like overestimate what we can get done in 3 to 6 months and underestimate what we can do in 3 to 6 years.
Right.
Right. It's like, I would have never known when I was 28, 27 to 28. Guys, I didn't have anything when I was 25. I got married to Mallory when I was 25, and I was still doing appraisals, living paycheck to paycheck as in doing appraisals and BPOs. I was making I think that year I took home like 60 grand when I was 25. So nothing crazy.
You could still somehow,
yeah,
burn a hole in that in a minute.
Yeah, it was going quick, and I was like, okay, well, what else can I do? And that next year, I think I made like 66 grand when I was 26. And then I got fed up with it. You know, I was like, there's nowhere else I can grow unless I'm willing to do stuff that I'm uncomfortable with. And then I kind of went crazy. I ran a half marathon, did all this other stuff. I'm like, I can do anything. Let's go it. And I realized that, dude, just keep my head down and let's get to work. And within 3 years, became a millionaire. It's like, you can do it. It's not even that crazy. Like, I don't have anything any more than anyone else. It's just getting connected with the right people, plugging in, asking questions, and doing the freaking work. Not feeling bad for myself when things don't work out. Because has there been trials? Has there been devils at every new level? Absolutely. Do I deal with devils at my level right now?
Yeah. Pull you apart.
Yeah.
They make it where, like, honestly, I don't even know how you function on a day-to-day basis. It's crazy how the shit you got to deal with. So
You probably deal with it a lot more than anyone else. Like, when there's an issue, we come to Matt.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, bro. Hey,
It's not like,
I was like, hey, take that shit to Matt, bro.
It's
I don't
not,
know.
It's not like, yo, man, I got this great news. It's like, yo, I got this issue. What do I do?
Yes. I get nothing but issues all day.
Hey, you take it with stride.
But honestly, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Though.
Got some positive news stuff
Yeah.
for you today. So,
Oh, yeah.
now,
Well,
Kyle got a sale.
Oh, yeah.
so now everything.
He got somebody to join up with
Oh,
us.
yeah.
Shout
Kyle
out.
gave me some good news. I'm like, what are you saying here, Kyle?
Yeah.
He's like speaking real like, I got
I'm
some
like,
good news for you. Too.
Yeah, I got you
I
some
know
good
you're
news
not
today.
used to this.
Yeah, I know you're not used to this, but here you go.
Yeah, shout out Keith. Thanks for joining the program, man. You're the man. But you know, everybody plays their part. Everybody has things that they're accountable to, and I am too. So it's really hard for me to be like, Terry, what's up, man? Like, what do we got to do to make more phone calls? Or Joe, are you cool with moving to the retail side? Which, shout out, Joe's about to have a listing in 3 weeks. He had a cash deal on the west side that you were talking to. It's like within a short period of time, it's like when you start moving in the direction you're supposed to be moving in, things just freaking work out and they start happening. It's funny how that works. And Kyle's over here basically leading the whole freaking future-proof program and infinite lead program like it wouldn't be anything without you. Like
Sales team, yeah.
Yeah, like we couldn't do it without the amazing team. And AJ's here, right? AJ, you're a dog, man. Like, I'm incredible to work with. Thank you for being who you are. And Diana, she's doing great. Mike, Dispo Mike. So
I need a new cubicle partner.
Yeah.
Cubicle partner.
Dispo Mike shutting down all Terry's deals on a day-to-day basis.
And then
so
turning down the pod.
So it ain't me. But
Change man.
But like, that's the name of the game. So if you guys think that growing a business that at some point you stop dealing with problems, that's not the case. Just the problems get bigger. I look at the stuff that I got to deal with now. Like, I would be dry heaving in stress in a corner, like for months, just a couple years ago.
Right.
Like,
well, I think like that's the cool part about the ups and downs is we have each other. And that's why I would like to tell everybody else, you know, you got the good, share the good. You got the bad, share the bad, you know. Have somebody to talk about it with because it helps so much. It makes it where it's like, you know what? You're right. It just kind of rolls off the shoulders eventually.
Terry, if you were doing this on your own,
Terry wouldn't be doing this on his own. I'd be doing appraisals. But, you know, and that's the cool part, right? Is like the team atmosphere. And that's what we're trying to just tell everybody, like, you know, we're always your team. That's what we tell everybody.
You don't have to go have a team. You don't need to go hire a big team. And in fact, like the conversations that we have is like, we don't want a massive team here. We want to have people who come in and do the work, lead by example, have a great culture, and like let that be the thing. So for you, as you're growing your business, utilize us. Like, we are available. Terry, you answer your phone way better than I do. And you
that's what I say. Call me. I'll always be there for you guys.
Pick up the phone and like have a conversation.
I mean, honestly, you know, and also shout out David. He's been kind of helping us get in a different role to where
David,
trying to get you, not I'm gonna say organized, but like more efficient with your own time.
Yeah.
For the company's sake. And you know, he's been moving in also. Shout David out. Dog went out and met a guy.
Yeah.
Like the guy calls him up and is like, hey, I got this house. I don't know what to do with. I've been interviewing agents all day. And he immediately jumped up, drove all the way to North Phoenix.
Like, guys, that's like an hour and a half.
Round trip for sure. And then took pictures of the property.
I'm trying to pull it up.
And then came back. We drafted up a cash price. And now we have it under contract.
Yeah, like literally crazy. But like, again, that kind of goes into the whole thing I was talking about with once you start moving in the right direction, I feel like things just conspire. It's like, this may sound crazy or foo or whatever, but like all of a sudden things start to work in your favor when you start moving in the right direction. You set an intention for it. And literally this guy called him 2 years. He didn't have a listing in this neighborhood 2 years ago, and he gave him a call.
Yeah. Well, so David's actually from this neighborhood.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, I remember you like had a house up for sale in this neighborhood or whatever."
Yeah.
Gave him a call. David went out there. The thing that made him stand out more than others is of course, he went ahead and jumped on the situation.
Yeah.
But gave him a bunch of different options.
Mm-hmm.
You know, gave him what it would look like, how much you would need to repair the home to list the home.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe gave him the price on what he could expect if he listed it as is. And of course, gave him a cash offer where he wouldn't have to worry about it. So the gentleman is moving his mom out of the home. He's originally from San Diego. He's here just trying to figure all this shit out. And he's like, "Hey, bro, if we can do this on the cash, I can go back home. Let's do it."
Yep. So very sick. Like awesome opportunity. David solved a real problem. And that's why we're so adamant on giving people, like working with real estate agents, because we see it with our own team. Every real estate agent right now, if they want to go take listings, guys, this is what they do. They call for sale by owners and they call listings that expired, saying, "Hey, the other agent wasn't able to do their job. I think I can do it." That's expires. FSBOs. "Hey, let's get your home out to a bigger buyers list. Let me help you market this thing. I can help you get it sold." That's what they're trying to do. Well, typically when they're trying to get in the living room with these folks, they're like, "Hey, I might have a buyer for your house on 123 Main Street. Can I come by and look at it?" Knowing good and well they don't have a buyer. They just try to get in the living room with them and then hit them with a listing presentation. Say, "Look, my buyer is not going to work out for you guys, but this is what I can do because I think I can help you sell it." Right? That is the listing pitch. Well, for us,
we're actually buyers.
We're actually buyers. And that's what you want to impart to the agent partners that you're talking to and you're building these relationships. They're going to have a built-in buyer. When one of your agents, if you have a good enough relationship, so shout out like Tyler in Austin, Patty in San Antonio, Mike in San Antonio, they can give a cash offer at their listing presentations, and that's going to set them apart, saying, "Look, this is what I can pay for it. This is our cash price." Cool. If that doesn't work for you, because it sounds like your price is a little bit more than what we can pay. Okay, well, I could probably also give you an offer on terms. This is what that would look like. Okay, none of those work. Great. Well, look, I think I can help you sell this house, and this is what a listing will look like, right? And you can walk them through that process.
And they're like, "Okay, this makes sense. I need to list it."
Right.
Or if I don't like that,
like, yeah.
or if I don't like this, then this is pretty much your only option.
Yeah. I mean, you guys got the gold, we'll say. So that's what you want to impart to your agent partners. If you guys have a license, I say you should be doing your listing presentations anyways. Mason, I see you said, "I just need to move in the right direction." Brother, the right direction is keeping your word with yourself, right? If you don't know what to do, you have no clue. Like I've been in this rut before and it happened over and over and over again. It's like, hey, I tell myself this afternoon, I'm going to go to the gym, right? Life happens. I go home, spend time with my 2-year-old, which is amazing. But then I don't go to the gym. And then I feel a little bit worse about myself, right? And then I'm like, you know what? This afternoon, I'm going to go to the gym, right? And then this afternoon comes and I don't do it, right? You start getting depressed. You start feeling bad about yourself. You know you're not moving in any direction, much less the right direction.
You just feel like you let yourself down.
You let yourself down. But guess what happens when you just do what you say you're going to do? You keep your word with yourself.
It's like you feel like a direction's better than no direction.
Yes.
And it's like once you have a good conversation or you have some kind of something positive happen where you're like, "Whew, okay, let's do this." And I call it dub train, stack a win on top of a win, stack a good conversation on top of another good conversation. Next thing you know, you're really running into some solid situations where
you start stacking your wins. That's what they say. It's like, hey, you keep your word with yourself one time, and guess what? You got to win. You keep your word with yourself a second time, you're going to win a streak, right? And you don't want to end a winning streak.
That's it.
I still haven't had coffee in like 50 days, not because I don't want coffee. It's just because at this point I'm like, well, God, I can't end a streak.
Right.
I'm not going to end a streak, So it's like moving in the right direction, brother. It's just picking what you want. Like, it's funny because it's called manifestation and it's called all this stuff. The reality is, it's just you knowing exactly what you want. Like, if I knew that I wanted to get a hamburger, and I knew exactly what kind of hamburger I want, then I know where to go get it, right? I know what questions I need to ask, go get it. Hey, I want this, this, and this, and this, and I know where to go pull up, and I know how much money it costs. Boom, it's done, right? Once you know what you're trying, like if my goal is to go buy a house and someone's selling a house, I have an end goal in that. I know exactly what I need to say. I know the end result that I need to leave. Before I leave this house, I need a contract. I know exactly what I'm asking for. I know how to get it.
Yep.
Right. If you don't know what direction you're moving in, it's because you're not clear about what you want. Right. And you don't know if you don't know what you want, then it doesn't matter what questions you ask, because you're never going to get what you don't know. Right. So to start moving in the right direction, figure out what the heck it is that you want to achieve. Is it a certain lifestyle? Is it, taking care of your family? Is it leaving 9 to 5? Is it going more into real estate? Is it just doing one deal? If it's just doing one deal, then you say, okay, well, I want to get a deal. Well, what's the right question I need to ask for me to do a deal? And then how do I get that? And how can I take a consistent action every day that I'm going to start stacking my wins? Right.
I promise you guys, it's not rocket science. It's really simple. And it's, just putting yourself in good situations to really succeed, and just hitting the phones, and it is a numbers game when it comes to those phones. It's weird.
Yeah.
You don't make enough calls, you don't get no contracts.
It sucks because it's tough and no one wants to do it, but that's also why it's a great opportunity.
Right.
What are things that people don't want to do? What are things that people can't do? Or what are things that people won't do? Right. Simple. And if you can do any of those things in any area, in any industry, you're going to make money, period. Right. So typically that's disguised as hard work. For me, that was door knocking in the beginning for deals, but like anything, like if you figure out things that people can't, or won't do, you're going to be just fine. Kyle, how do you feel about that?
I feel, that's 100% the truth. Yeah, like when it comes down to,
because you talk to a lot of business owners every day.
Yeah.
And you talk to a lot of people in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
What is the common thing that you hear every day?
Yeah. I think one of the common things I hear is, I just don't have time to do a lot of the things that I know that needs to be done in my business in order to make money. I don't have time to make phone calls. I don't have time to generate leads. I don't have time for this. And I'm like, well, if you really want it, we all have time. Like you make time for the things that you want.
That's true. That's true. What about you, Joe? How you feel about that?
Yeah. I mean,
hey, you've shown up, dude. Like, honestly, I say this to Joe because Joe had a really difficult time trying to put some deals together. He was calling things that he put together. They wouldn't work out. But Joe, you still show up.
Yeah.
You still put that suit and tie on. And he come into this office.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I did at first. Was I didn't really know anything about creative financing. I didn't know. Literally, I mean, I knew what it was, but didn't really understand it into the detail that I got to learn it. And I really just stuck to calling as many people as possible and trying to just have conversations, because I knew if I could kind of open that door, like get my foot in the door, I knew I had the resources to have the bigger hitters come in and close it. So really, that's why you don't have to do everything at first. You just have to put in the work, and you have to really hit the pavement and get running. And then other people will come in and help you out.
Yeah.
Right. But you got to own your shit.
That's the cool part about JVing on a lot of stuff, Shout out to Andrew. We had one of my first
Brooks here.
One of my first ever
Shout out Andrew
JV partners. Literally our first lead we worked together. So I met Andrew on a Zoom 5 minutes before I started talking to like 4 or 5 other people that was selling this $600,000 house. And I was like, what's up, man? My name's Terry. Matt just told me to show up here, and he was a really cool dude. He filled me in like that on what we had going on.
Yeah.
And this was probably back in like November, December when we first started. Remember, a long time ago. And I told Andrew,
like forever ago.
I said, if we get this deal, we'll get it in February. And he laughed. He goes, really, you think that? I said, yeah, they move at their own pace, and there's
slower.
nothing else we can do about that. There's no other hurt to kind of.
For him at the time, he probably chalked it up as a loss.
Right. Well, not only think that. I mean, we would always talk about it, and he would always fill me in on like, hey, I reached out to the agent on it. They're still waiting. They're still trying to talk to blah, 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 blah. Well, he called me up.
Some of you guys are losing deals because you're trying to rush it.
Yeah. I mean, there's deals where when it's time to go. And there's deals like for that one, it's like,
that's honestly a skill. That's a skill.
There's no way I could push this any faster than it's going to have to be. So he calls me up March 1st, the 1st of March. He goes, you're not going to believe this. I said, dude, don't even tell me. He goes, you're 1 day late. I said, no way. He goes,
wait, what?
He goes, they're ready. The
Thank
agent
God.
called me. We talked to the agent on the phone real quick. She goes, they're ready to accept owner financing. They're ready to talk some terms.
Yeah.
So we're good to go. We have a meeting Monday to try to lock that one up. But it's just,
Dude.
it's weird how, I knew that we were going to be the wrong option. But I also knew it was going to take a while. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to take a minute.
So some stuff happens fast. Some stuff comes together in like the weekend, like one out
Right.
in Austin. We literally went and walked it and we got the contract today.
Hey, but
But-
shout out Andrew.
Yeah, shout
Bro,
out
way
Andrew.
to go.
He sits there. He sends me stuff all the time.
A lot of people would have chalked that deal up and would have never followed up.
Follow up is the name of the game,
But like for 2 months, it's easy to start working on something else
right?
and be like, oh, whatever happened to whatever.
But he
Right.
he stayed with it. He stuck
Mhm.
with the agent, and the agent like if they sell the house, the only person they're selling it to was Andrew.
Dude, I've forgotten to follow up with people so many times. Has anyone else been in that place?
We just like
I've-
move on to the next thing.
Bro, so many times. And then I go back and be like, oh, whatever happened to? Oh, they sold it to someone else.
And I
That
mean,
sucks.
the cool part about with the Andrew thing was he was like, man, I need some help with this.
Mhm.
What can we do? And we worked hand in hand together. And
Yeah.
working that close with him, the dude's got it now.
Yeah.
He's got the pitch.
Yeah.
He doesn't need me to help close anything.
Yeah,
I help
think
him
for Andrew
underwrite from
now
now
it's
on
just
then.
getting him to the next level.
Right.
Because now he's identified, oh crap, I no longer have a lead problem. So many investors are stuck in the lead problem world. And once you solve that problem,
And then you're like, I have a me calling. them
oh, I have a
problem.
me problem.
Right.
It's no longer a lead problem. This is a me problem. I'm not calling enough people, right? I'm not talking to enough, or I haven't delegated properly. And look, you gotta, before you can go hire people or whatever, like you have to do what's necessary until you can get to that place. So I think Andrew is now at a place now where he's got the leads. He's starting to put together some stuff. I think it's just metrics for his own self, right? You don't need to be sitting around doing admin work. You have to get to the point where you have so many deals in the pipe. Like if Andrew just had a week like you did this week, that would satisfy him for a whole month.
Right.
You know?
Some,
But,
I
like,
mean, you
you
do
just-
6 deals in
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that's
excellent.
crazy.
That's excellent. But we trying to do 6 deals in a week.
Right.
But
But I mean, like I said, everybody has their own seasons, and when they're ready,
exactly.
they'll step
is
on the
possible.
gas, and everything's possible for sure.
Yeah.
It is cool to see, like going back to Joe and
Mhm.
and that side of things, and seeing Kyle kind of doing what they. It's like
Yeah, fellas.
I knew that you guys are going to crush it at this. It definitely takes a little bit of time to kind of get going.
Mhm.
I don't think, honest hand to God, hand on heart, there is anybody better suited for those situations and those positions. I do believe in you guys, no matter what, because end of the day, you came when you didn't want to show up, you showed up.
Mhm.
You went in a direction. You tried. You know what I'm saying? And I know you get put in positive situations, you guys are going to crush it. So I'm proud of you guys.
Yeah. Shout out. For real.
Much love.
So,
Appreciate it.
you know, with all that being said, Austin and San Antonio was a big success. Guys, we pulled a list when we were driving up to Austin. So we flew into San Antonio. The next day we drove up to Austin and we met with one of our agents. So if Tyler, you're watching, shout out, brother.
All day with us.
But he's one of our agent partners in Austin that we just started working with, and we didn't even buy his listing. The one that we're supposed to buy,
yeah.
it didn't even work out. It was awful. Like we were trying to put the deal together, and he's like, "Yeah, it's 2,600 PITI." I don't think he really knew. And by the time we got the mortgage payment back,
It's
it was
33.
3,300, and it ruined the cash flow on the deal. But he was still like super stoked to work with us, and he showed us 3-4 properties that same day, and we had pulled a list that morning before we drove from San Antonio to Austin, and AJ started calling. So AJ, shout out, you're always a freak. But he started calling the list on Thursday morning. By the time we got to Austin, after we ate breakfast, we viewed some properties with Tyler. We had 2 deals come our way from that list. It was only like 26 properties, guys. Anyone can do this, I promise you. It's just filters and batch. We just pulled the list and started calling them. Age, and I mean, you got to be an AJ, right? Because you got to pick up the phone and just dial. The man, I think he doesn't even hear anything until someone's like, "All right, what's up?" You know, he just goes through the call.
Let me just talk. My partner Terrence.
Wait a second.
Let me just pass you my partner
before we get off
Terrence.
this call, man. Terrence will be able to explain all of this to you. He's a wild Mustang. That's what we've come to the understanding. But that's okay. So he basically got 2 deals in one day from the list we pulled that morning. We went and viewed one house up in North Austin. Got that deal. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
And then afterwards, we went and got dinner.
And then mid dinner,
we
had a sweet lead come through. AJ's like, "Yeah, I think I got something." I was like, "What?" He goes, "It's always funny because he goes, I think I got something, and then it's like some ridiculous shit that I need to try to overcome."
Right. I got some, and they're like 20% down, 10%.
Yeah.
Interest.
So I was like, I was eating. I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk away. And Jesus recorded it. We walked outside the restaurant, and I called him outside, and I was just explaining to him seller financing. They wanted some ridiculous terms, but I had the foot in the door. We talked a little bit about it. Then we went and viewed the property. We sent in an offer. They countered us at a crazy counter
that night. Well, we viewed the property, and there was a stranger in the backyard painting.
Yeah, it was weird.
With the lights off.
It was. I don't know which painting he got done back there. But
I would have been a little startled.
Was he smelling the paint?
I don't know, but he was like, dude was working in the dark, which was kind of strange. He's like, "Oh yeah, the owner has me come out here, and I'm just doing some work." I'm like, that's a little strange.
He's fishing in the dark, dude.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we went and we went back and forth. Tyler's like, "Dude, there's the counter. They're way off." I'm like, "Well, this is our counter, and it's gonna be way off from their counter." We went back and forth, and
they're like, "We're not budging. 2.5-year balloon." And Terry kept coming in thinking I was going to budge.
I knew you weren't going to budge. That's why I kept telling Tyler it's not going to happen. But then I was like, "Here's our deal. Here, this is what best we can do." And he come to me. I'm like, "Tyler's the best we can do. It's the best we can do." And they eventually accepted our terms. So just waiting to get that
great.
Back.
It's a 100% seller finance deal, which is awesome. Anytime you can get a seller finance deal, do those all day over sub-2s because there's no risk. You just have to pay your note with the seller. $460 purchase price. 65,
455 actually.
40K down, right? And that's it. They're covering all the fees. They're covering closing costs.
Both agent
fees. And our agent Tyler is like, hell yeah, he loved working with us because he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna show these guys 6 properties, and they're gonna put in 6 offers."
Right.
Because that's what I told him. Like, bro, don't feel shy. Like, show us anything. We'll put in an offer on every single one you show us.
He showed us some stuff.
He definitely showed us some stuff. It didn't work, but that one came again. That lead that Terry's talking about. We went to North Austin, got that deal, came back, ate dinner with Nick Lagamaro and the crew, then went straight to this house. It was getting dark. Went and viewed it. It's a really cool house. I'm super stoked about it. I want to add a bathroom in there to make it a 4-2.
Yep.
Because right now it's a 3-1 with they did an additional unit in the garage, but the unit's going to be sick. Like,
it's going to be cool.
It won't cost me that much. I think I probably can convert it to a bathroom for like $9,000.
Worth.
Yeah, it would definitely worth the money. But sick house, came from a lead we pulled that morning, and that just further solidifies that anyone can do this. Like, whenever you get someone who says they're not interested, that's the name of the game. Whenever you get someone who finally says they're interested, but their terms are ridiculous and way off kilter, that's the name of the game. You have to be able to negotiate.
Never hurts.
Stuff. It never hurts.
Worst thing to say nope.
Right. Put something out there. Throw out an offer. Like, it's worth having the conversation. It shows it shows all parties you're serious. And hey, you never know. You might get a situation like Tyler where it doesn't work out on that deal, but he shows you 6 or 7, and he goes to bat for you. And now he's working with us on 2 or 3 out there.
Right.
So like, we had a really fun time. We viewed those properties. We put out bandit signs. We went to Lowe's and got some bandit signs.
Took some pictures, took some videos.
Did the whole thing, guys. It was
walked
really cool.
a flip. It was a lot of fun.
But like I said, we were one of the biggest things that we do internally now. And what's different than what you may have seen on this YouTube channel over the last couple of years of me doing videos is we pivoted a lot from doing a lot of paid marketing to a lot of the stuff we do now is more on the free side. As we work relationships, there's a specific way that you got to go about it, a very specific way you should follow up, a very specific way you should nurture your leads, and how to systematically process your entire business. So if you feel like you're stuck and you feel like, man, how can I do more deals that don't cost me any money? You can get rid of a ton of subscriptions. You don't need to be paying all this crazy stuff. You don't need to have a massive team of VAs. That's what we used to do all the time. We got to the point we had like 40 VAs. Kyle, were you around? We had like 40 VAs.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we had like 40 VAs. And we've been trimming it down ever since because I realized that there's just a better opportunity in this market. So if you guys are free tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern time, I'm doing a training on the exact model, showing you what we do, how we do it, the messages we say, breaking down some deals. So if you want to be bored to death on some deals, I'll show you the deal numbers. But it's not boring to me because every single one of these deals, if you look at the numbers, if you could just change the way you look at something, all of a sudden, like the deals that we put together are worth 100, 120 grand each from deals that people are throwing away.
Honestly, I feel like I need to do a seminar on wraps.
Right.
I don't even know, nowhere near as much as
people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
People don't talk about it.
I can make it sound real layman termsy for people.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And each
straight cash, homie.
Straight basically, in other words, straight cash, homie. Someone, I think it was Trey while we were in Texas. They were like, Matt, you're like for Key and Peele, you're like Obama and Terry's Luther.
Yeah, the anchor translator.
Anchor translator.
Yeah.
I'm like, raps, you put this number here and you bring that across. The next thing you know, the cash now, cash flow, cash later. And Terry's like, in other words, straight cash, homie.
Money, dollar bill.
Just dollar bill,
Free
y'all.
real estate.
But it's like there's so many different opportunities. It's like the same thing. Like you look at a challenge, like a big thing. Like Joe was like, yeah, I feel like all we do is come into Matt's office and bring problems, right? Bring challenges. But I don't change the problem when you leave this office, do I?
Mm-mm.
It's not solved immediately. I just change the way you look at it, right? I literally just change. Like you just you shift your paradigm and looking at a challenge. You can literally change your whole life. You can change your mood on a day-to-day basis instead of thinking like, what can I do about this? It's like, oh, okay, this is what I'm going to do about this. And I have people that can help me. And it's the same thing with deals. You look at deals and you look at things one way and that's all you can do. Then you're going to have a tough time finding good deals.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a tough time finding good opportunities.
I called a guy today. Notes knew for a fact it wasn't going to work. It was a direct to seller. Just doesn't work for what we're trying to do. But I called him. Had a pretty hilarious conversation with the guy talking about his ex-wife, and we had a good old time.
Yeah,
not really work out, but we had a good time and a good conversation. And I mean, I'm not in that case. I'm not really building rapport with an agent, but I built some fire in myself because I was right there. I was looking at it. I'm like, man, why should I call this guy? Well, why not? You never know what can happen out of it. And it was fun conversation that kind of led into my next conversation with an agent. You know,
and that's the win streak.
Yep.
But it's easy. It's easy to look at something and be like, and talk yourself out of it. When we were knocking doors, I was talking myself. The first thing I wanted to I'm like, nope, I'm going to change my life tomorrow. We're going to go out and knock doors. Well, that same enthusiasm left my body when I rolled up to the first house, and I'm looking at that first door and my God, there was a car in the driveway. I'm like, shit, they're home. Right. And now that enthusiasm I had on the couch the night before when I'm like, yeah, you're pregnant. I'm going to go do some deals.
Right.
Being in front of the house, not knowing what to say, that enthusiasm left my body, but you got to get out and you got to go mess up and you got to be willing to do it. And the crazy thing is, like, literally, that's the secret, guys. That's it. Boom, boom. Like, if you take nothing else and you just go realize that anyone could do this. And if you're willing to just go mess up and make some mistakes, that you can have the life that you want to live and as much money as you want to make, then you're like, well, holy crap, that is that simple. So that is that simple. But the biggest challenge is you're not going to feel like it. The biggest challenge is there's going to be multiple times, more often than not, where you want to do anything else but what you know is necessary. People
spend a lot of time coming up with other things and other reasons why not to do what's necessary.
Yeah.
You spend so much. People spend so much effort into, hey, I need to do this, I need to do that, and that.
That's what I told Joe this week. Joe, you were doing admin work, and I'm like, you just got to start talking to people, dude. Joe, my man's over here writing a newsletter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Joe, what you doing writing a newsletter, man? It's like, we just got to pick up the phone.
Yep.
And you knew that.
Yep.
How'd you feel about that?
Oh, well, I mean, it's almost like when you know you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you kind of feel guilty about it. And I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever felt that way, but
1,000%
all the time.
Like when I was first getting started and I wasn't talking to my people that I was supposed to be, or not even hitting up like the people I knew that wanted to buy homes, like I felt guilty about it. But like, it's you're gonna feel guilty if you know you're not doing what you're not supposed to be doing. So
and you're not gonna feel like doing it.
Yep.
We can be like, rah, rah, we're going to call a bunch of people and we're going to have a bunch of conversations and 180 minutes of talk time. Let's go. And then the morning comes to make the phone calls.
Hey, end of the day, you're your
Yeah.
own person.
That's it.
You got to hold yourself accountable. So just do it. And I believe in everybody here. Honestly, the people who show up, people who don't show up, people who go back and watch all these videos. I mean, I truly do. We truly do believe in everybody here. We believe in what we say. You know, when I tell somebody,
Hopefully you guys realize we're going to give it to you raw.
yeah, that's why. I mean,
unscripted.
When I tell somebody something, I 1000% believe in it. I 1000% know it works because, you know, I'm not a wishy-washy person. When I believe in something, when I tell somebody something, that's what happens. So, you know, when we sit here and we say, hey, reach out to us, sometimes you might not get the immediate response from Matt or something. Maybe you might have hit you up on Instagram. Dude, your Instagram DMs are crazy. You know, it's like, just keep trying. We're always here to help. There's 100 bazillion ways to get a hold of somebody on the team.
And I'm getting better with passing some of that stuff on. So speaking of it, like, guys, if you have any acquisition questions, you have a seller that you need to get help negotiated, or like you have an agent that you need to help client get closing on that deal and you want a JV, reach out to Terry. You have a deal that you want to sell, or you have a deal that you want us to look at, reach out to Mike. So this is Terrence at Main Place Homes, TERRANCE at mainplacehomes.com. If you have a deal that you need to use our preferred partner network, guys, we're building that network every single day. Dispo Mike's got your back. He wears a bandana every single day. Dispo Mike. That's Mike, MIKE at mainplacehomes.com. And if you have any other thing, like you watch one of our videos, like Matt, like I want a script, or like, hey, I heard you guys talk about this. The fastest way to get a response is David, DAVID at mainplacehomes.com. We have a massive team and we're here to help. And if you have like questions on any of the other stuff that we're doing or the trainings that we're doing tomorrow, it's Kyle, KYLE at futureproofinvestor.com, right? And if you want to sell your stinking house in Phoenix, you want to list it, it is Joe at mainplacehomes.com. Guys, we have an amazing team here. It's not just me. I could not do it alone. These people are amazing. And I've set it up that way so that way we can move faster. We can move quicker.
We can help more people.
Yeah, we can help more people because like you guys need a lot from me, you know. And whenever we have days, like honestly today, I had to spend a lot of time with all the other minutia that was necessary for today, right? But at the same time, as we continue to grow, it's a team, right? And if you guys are a solo dolo, the easiest way to ensure that you cannot lose is to surround yourself by great people, right? You need to be around the campfire. This is what we call it. This right here, around this table, right here, what we got, this is a campfire, right? We need to get some marshmallows.
It's a circle.
It's a circle, if you will. The real estate circle.
Join the Facebook group.
Yeah. It's like you should be in these groups. You should be communicating and talking with other people that are like-minded. We're actually working on something really cool right now because we're promoting the training tomorrow, and we're going to continue to grow that world. We're building a directory of everyone in the Facebook group. So I've been taking note of what market people are in, and we're going to be connecting folks in those markets. Like, yeah, obviously, if you opt in and you want to be a part of that, but do you think that's going to help your business? Right? Do you feel like that's going to help you grow? Because I personally feel, again, one of the biggest like cheat codes that I had was being around good people. That's it. Right? Being around people that are making stuff happen. So the networking is a big part of that. Get out of your comfort zone.
Any ladies on y'all's team?
We do have ladies. If you guys have transaction questions, you got deals, right? You have stuff that you have like paperwork challenges or whatever. Like Cherie is amazing.
She is amazing.
Closings at mainplacehomes.com. Cherie puts up with all of us, right? We have Diana.
Part of the
Diana's a part of the acquisition team, another female. She's awesome. And the whole point of all this, Tawana, is because we knew we needed some female energy up in here. We're like, this is a big boy. This is a dudes club in here. We need to have some females.
They're
great.
amazing for sure.
Yeah, Diana, shout out.
Crushes it.
Yeah.
And of course,
Cherie. And we've had a couple other kind of come through, but we haven't hired anyone new lately. But if you want to speak with just females on our team, Diana, DIANA at mainplacehomes.com. She's amazing.
She is.
Yeah.
She's cool as shit.
Right. She's really
she's
cool.
hilarious,
yeah,
actually.
She don't play no games either.
No.
So like, if you have acquisition questions, you want to communicate with her, reach out to her.
Boom.
Yep. And Cherie's at closings. So we got you. We got all of them, right? We try to be well represented here on our team. We got a lot of love to go around. So I don't know, could not do it without everyone here, and you don't have to either, right? Use the team, use the resources that we put together. And to that end, the real estate circle is going to be growing. If you guys didn't see my post, man, we're starting live calls next week. So 3:30 p.m. Arizona time. So that's 5:30 as of right now, East Coast time, on a day-to-day basis. The first 30 minutes, we're going to be breaking down a deal. The deal of the day, right? So we already have a bunch that we're going to be breaking down from this week, next week, and then any new contracts we get every single day, Monday through Friday, 3:30 p.m., we're breaking down a deal. And then as soon as we finish that, Dispo Mike and the team has volunteered to hop on and do call coaching for anyone in the real estate circle, which I think is going to be a ton of fun. So 4 to 5 p.m., maybe even a little bit later, we're going to be making calls, giving you guys feedback. We'll make some calls with you so you don't feel like you want to hear like what it sounds like from someone who's done it many, many, many times. That's going to be awesome. So 3:30 Monday through Friday. It's like our version of just daily deals, right? So I think that's what we should call it. What should we call that? Daily deals?
I don't know.
Daily something.
I didn't know
Right?
about this. This is cool.
Yeah, this is brand new. So Mike and Kyle, we talked about this before we went to San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, trying to put this together.
Cool.
Yeah. We decided not to tell Terry yet because we just wanted to shock and awe, make him excited about it.
Every day, huh?
Yeah. Yep, Monday through Friday. And it's gonna be sweet. Yeah. Oh, you're subscribing and notifications. All good, Marlene. Appreciate you. But that's gonna be awesome. Dispo Mike actually volunteered to do that
Okay.
because I was like, oh wow. Every day, Mike. Okay.
Dispo Mike.
Dispo Mike. But I think it's gonna be great.
This will be cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, David said daily hurts. It's gonna be fun. Like honestly, if you guys are stuck, you feel like you're alone in this. The whole goal was like, how can we better engage the Facebook group? How can we feel like we want you guys to feel that you should be in the real estate circle every day, like communicating with other investors, right? Talking about deals, looking at deals actually happen. I think one of the cool things about investors joining our team is that they get to actually see deals be put on the board,
Yep.
right? It's not like we're not, well, it's just some meetup and we're talking about, theoretical deals. These are actual stuff that gets put on the board. And what actually happens is people start to realize how real it can be for them too, right? So that's why you guys should be there at 3:30. I pinned the post in the real estate circle. There's a link that you can select to join. So with all that being said, it's on your calendar. Let's go. With all that being said, it's time to nominate our Freak of the Week.
Where's the chain?
I need Austin. Austin's gonna get the Freak of the Week. Hey, it's by Mike's desk because Mike was the last one to get it. I think.
Mike, one last time?
Pretty sure it did. But no, we didn't. We didn't have it in Texas,
2 weeks ago.
You gave it to him before we went.
did we?
Mhm.
Yeah.
See?
Who won it who won it last week?
Nobody. We didn't.
We didn't do it. Okay. Yeah. Probably makes more sense.
Yeah.
But Trey joined us on that one too.
It was.
That was cool.
Trey was cool.
And Nick Legamaro. That was awesome.
Nick, shout out.
Yeah. Huh? Maybe. What is it?
Yeah, we already
we
announced
made
it.
all the announcements. All right, awesome.
Austin, everybody. Keeping
Austin,
everybody
freak the
in check.
necklace. Freak it away.
Producer
Let's go.
Austin.
Okay, so let's pan over to Joe Alpha. Who do you think deserves the Freak of the Week this week, man?
Ooh, I don't know. I really missed you guys when you guys were in San Antonio.
Yeah, it was weird, huh?
So it was super weird.
Damn, I miss my dog.
Uh,
you should have been there, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, man, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I know. Man, really, I don't know. The team came back and it was just we were on fire. I feel like we're all freaks every single week, and I don't know.
Joe's go-to saying, by the way.
That is my go-to saying because we are.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Mike was on fire this week. Mike was a different man. I don't even.
Tispo Mike.
Mike is on
Prison Mike.
That dude
fire.
does not get my vote.
Prison Mike.
Mike is on fire.
I mean,
But
he was so dedicated that he was like, I can't be on the podcast because I need to set up a sauna.
Yeah, whatever the hell that is.
yeah, well, I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's a
He's
productivity
systemizing Dispo, man.
That boy
Yeah,
loves
like no
that
one ever.
shit.
Productivity.
He
tool.
likes a good checklist.
I love it.
But yeah.
But yeah, so
I love that for him.
I love that for him. Yeah, exactly. My freak of the week is definitely David. For David to go to that listing appointment just right there and and then like seriously, that's fire.
It's cool.
Sick deal.
Big D.
Big D.
Big D.
Going to the big D.
Yeah, so like seriously, taking action and time is the essence. So if you have an appointment and you said maybe I'll go on it next week, you should probably just go on it today
Yeah.
and go make
Shout
it
out
happen.
David. I will say we can't nominate people who don't show up to the podcast. So
Pretty sure I had a dinner date.
no, he had
Yeah.
to go CrossFit.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's a dinner date.
Yeah. No, I'm just messing
My
with
man
David.
hit CrossFit while he was in Texas. He's like, you know what? I'm not missing
Did
this
he?
session. Oh yeah.
Nah, David's
Oh,
a
yeah.
dedicated gentleman. I'm just kidding. I'm proud of you, David.
Proud of you, David.
He looked at me and goes, "Am I gonna get shot at this one?"
Oh my god.
I was like, "Bro, just go. You'll be all right."
Just go, you'll be all right. Jeez.
That's cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Shout
like
out
that.
David.
What about you, Kyle?
My freak of the week nomination goes to, I would say Terry.
Terry.
Kyle's always in my corner.
Terry,
Kyle's
I
always
heard.
in your
Kyle's got my
I
back.
was always like,
Kyle's the one over there putting the Vaseline on your eyes.
Right.
oh my god,
He's getting beat up.
I've been in my own little world. Oh my
We're
gosh.
gonna get you out of there.
We'll get you out of there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've been in my own little world this past week, dealing with a bunch of different things on my end
Yeah.
of the business, and every time I would take my headphones out, yeah, so we got this one. Yeah, so we got this one locked up. Hey, Sheree, I think we need a contract sent out. Yep, Sheree, got another one. Sheree, I got another one for you. I'm like,
I was
God
on her.
dang. I'm like, dang.
Hey, I mean, you even push Sheree to the brink for sure.
Yeah, she was losing
That's
it.
good.
She's been losing the past 2 days.
I'm like,
I mean, to the
dang.
point where even we're going back and checking the contract.
Contract-
Like, wait a second, it's missing something.
I'm like, boy, can't get enough. His
Boy
contract,
can't get enough.
his contracts is
But you
just
shaking
slinging.
things, but boy, I got my mouth watering. Boy, can't get enough.
I love it.
But yeah, so I mean, like every 5 seconds, it's like, yeah, sure. I think we need to write up a contract again. I'm like, dang, man, Terry's on fire.
I always walk by Kyle's desk and I go, "How you doing, Kyle?"
Oh
gosh,
that's the
Hey, I will say there's been a new spark of life in Kyle
There
since
is.
we got back. It's been great. Kyle's the kind of guy, he keeps to himself for a little bit, and then I know he'll come around and then he'll tell me everything. So
In due time.
in due time,
yeah.
you know.
I'll come, yeah,
You the man, Kyle. Appreciate that.
Appreciate
That was a good nomination.
yeah.
Terry, we're coming over to you.
Okay.
Who you got?
I nominate.
Grammy goes to.
I will say I've been giving Mike a lot of shit, but he's been getting a lot of traction on the dispo side of things. You know, he's been trying to get the deal out in Florida today. He pulled out all the strings. He also found a rat buyer for one of the ones in Florida, hopefully. So that's pretty cool. He's been killing it. He's hit the ground running for sure. You know, it's close, but I'm gonna give.
Can't vote for yourself.
I'm not voting for myself. It's either David or Mike. Because I mean, honestly, what David did was pretty freaking cool. It was like seeing it come to light, right? Where it's like, man, David went out there, presented this guy with a bunch of options, and got a whole damn wholesale deal out of it. You know, got a
Right.
cash deal for a flip.
Yeah, and guys, number's pretty good. It's probably worth about $420. I don't know. We might try to list it a little bit more than that.
Right.
But we got it for $285, and it just needs a lipstick, probably like $30,000.
Need some roof repair, some paint, and cleaning.
That's
That's
it.
about it.
Change the carpet.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Pretty cool
and
stuff,
David's,
man.
He's a rock star agent now. He's gonna get a 5-star.
And I
Zillow.
think-
He's gonna a 5-star Zillow review on
Honestly,
that one.
seeing like the look in David's eyes now. After that,
Yeah.
he's like ready to go now.
Yeah, he's excited.
He's ready to go.
I see a different David.
Yeah.
You know,
So it is cool.
Dispo will beat you down.
Yeah, this supposed to beat you down. Honestly, though, it's crazy because I see. We lost a shot here.
We lost a shot, Austin. Dispo Mike.
Dispo Mike shut
We'll
us
keep
down.
going.
You probably can still hear us.
You could
Yeah,
probably
we
switch
can.
it to this one, but
You just have to
Yeah, that's all good. But continue, Terry.
Yeah. So I will say, I'm gonna go Mike. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Mike.
just readjust this one, Austin.
It's close because it's cool it's funny to see Mike take his new role because we talked a lot about on the plane ride back. Him and it doesn't really beat him down. He sees it like it's a new challenge every time. So sitting across from him every day.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go A-B, Mike and David.
You're gonna go. You can't vote for two. That's against the rules. We need to establish some rules here on Freak of the Week.
I just did. Austin's over here trying to fix
Austin's
the
working
camera.
a tripod.
Yeah, that's what's
Hey,
going on.
brother.
We're about to finish this up, so let's go ahead and flip this over. Come on, Ozzy.
Oh, here we go. Look at this.
Oh,
This is crazy.
Look at us right here.
Death side view.
Yeah, so.
You know what?
Austin
I take it back.
This
Mike
Mike
didn't-
Mike's here.
Dispo Mike, you're out. Huh?
You just sold. Come on, Dispo Mike.
Stop playing.
Dispo Mike just sold Wave Runner. What happened? What's the deal? Yeah, to who? Well, you found him, or you found him? So we don't have to pay other dude. Mike, Dispo Mike.
Maybe Mike gets it.
Dispo Mike. What's the monthly payment? You lying? 2,300.
I told you, bro. It's a good deal.
What's our monthly payment on the underlying debt? Nice.
So you make that in cash flow.
Dispo Mike. Dispo Mike. Hey, come on here real quick, Mike.
Come on.
Come on here. Real quick. Come over here,
Come
Mike.
on, bud.
Come on.
That still didn't work out then.
Come on.
I was just so excited.
Yeah. Give the mic to Dave,
Yeah,
to
give him
Dispo Mike real
Yeah,
quick.
come on now.
Austin, I'm gonna need you to do some camera work here. Flash it back over there.
Camera go out?
It did.
Dang.
Dispo Mike.
Dang.
Here he is.
What's up?
The man, the myth, the legend. Always the best dressed. I don't know. Him and
No,
Joe.
Joe's the best
Him
dressed.
and Joe go real
Joe's-
close. They go hand in hand.
Joe's got the dudes on now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
you
do.
got the hey dudes.
But
Uh,
Mike,
Hey,
Mike,
yo.
we talked about a lot. We're voting Freak of the Week right now. Give us some
Terry.
insight.
It's an easy vote. It's Terry.
Oh, come on.
The man
Mike.
was on fire this week. Come on now.
Give me some stuff. Why Terry?
Terry. I mean, the numbers talk for themselves. Come on.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite part about dealing with Terry this week?
I don't think Terry liked me this week.
That's good.
Dispo Mike.
I think we're still best friends, but
Dispo Mike.
I don't think he likes the side of me.
I'm just messing with him. I like messing with him.
No.
Mike's over here like Mike was my corner. He was in my. We always called it us in the trenches by ourselves out here grinding, getting these deals. Day one, A1. Mike's over here like, dude, this really isn't that good of a deal, dude. Why did you do this? He's
Yeah.
like, the cash flow really is not even there. And da.
Yes.
I'm
dude.
like,
I know.
wow.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yes, dude.
So
But now we're getting you paid.
Yeah.
Huh?
Now we're getting you paid.
Is that right?
Yeah. Look
Well,
at that.
There's 2 off the board there. Matt can buy 2 more.
Absolutely. That means we can buy 2 more deals.
There we go.
Let's go, Dispo Mike. I'm so excited. So Dispo Mike just sold 2 wraps in one day.
Oh,
That's a record.
It's pretty fucking
That's
crazy.
a record.
That's pretty.
That's a
That's,
record.
That's pretty freaky.
That's pretty.
That's pretty
freaky.
freaky. Some of them motherfuckers been sitting there playing.
I'm gonna-
That's
I'm
pretty
gonna
freaky.
have a tough time not putting
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
Honestly,
The
Mike.
name of it says Terry went crazy, and then Mike came here just stealing my thunder. Mike, get the hell out of here.
Man. I love it.
Nah, that's cool. That's insane. Yeah, for real, freak, man. You might as well give that chain to that boy. You might as
I
well give
honestly
that
like
chain to
this
that
one.
boy.
Mike done sold 2.
I really enjoy Dispo.
Mike does. Sold
I know
2,
he does.
2 wraps. in
I knew
one
you'd be good at it.
Golly,
Oh.
2
We
wraps
over
in
here
one
looking
day.
like we're on some kind of like album cover or something.
So if you guys have a wrap, you know who to call.
Like
For
so.
real.
Mike Jones.
Mike
I mean,
Jones.
where's your first rap at?
Midland, Texas.
Midland, Texas. If you can rap something in Midland, Texas, then don't let dreams be dreams.
Don't let dreams be dreams. So Freak of the Week this week, guys.
Just hand it over to
I
him.
get here.
I thought I was getting it this week.
So Freak of the Week is
I
tough.
get 6 contracts and I don't get it.
Well, there is a rule that you can't get Freak of the Week 2 weeks in a row. So
Well, no, you got to give it to him.
that's
2 raps in a day, my boy. That's crazy.
crazy.
That's
But
freaky.
so Terry, yeah, you got 5-6 contracts a week. One of which is gonna be in the family for a long time. So shout out for getting that one done. We will talk about that deal on another episode.
When it comes to light,
Yeah.
we're not.
We're not
Yeah.
bringing that one up yet. We're not going to show. We're going to do the content from the specific house we're going to be discussing. The cash flow on that deal is pretty insane. It's like $6 to $7 grand a month.
That's absurd.
So we'll be talking about that one. You got that one this week. You got a duplex. You got the house in Austin. You
I actually
the
got
other
deals that
house in
cash flow,
Austin.
which is
You
weird.
got deals that cash flow that don't have to be wrapped.
Yeah.
You can
Appreciate it.
also do long-term rentals. So honestly,
Crazy.
crazy week. But dang,
We'll
Mike
split
just-
that chain in half, Terry. How about
Yeah.
that? We'll
Nope,
both wear it.
I don't want it.
But
I don't
literally-
want
I don't want a petty chain. You get that thing to Mike.
Petty chain, dang.
But Mike literally stood up. You've been putting a lot of systems together over there, Mike.
That boy loves the system.
Yeah, he does.
I
I
love
was
my
looking
systems.
over at his screen the other day. I'm like, what is the hell going on here? There's a bunch of tags. There's a bunch of columns.
Now I wish we'd have had him. He was the other day when we were working on 3 CRMs because we're moving stuff over to Future Proof.
Yeah.
That boy was frazzled.
I was very frazzled.
Hey, and you stayed really late like every day this week.
I got it to.
And he's been
Got
working
to.
at night.
Yeah. Working the weekends. I asked
Go
him
ahead
what you
and go ahead and give the
I said, what you
chain.
gonna do this
We
weekend,
ain't gotta
Mike?
say no more. Give the damn chain.
He said, I'm working. All right,
Working at
Mike.
night.
The freak of the week.
We're
Everybody
working
give
at
us a
night.
mic. Everybody
Thank
give
Yeah.
Mike looked at me at lunch today and goes, "Hey, you coming to work tomorrow?" I said, "Shit, no.
it.
I got shit I gotta do tomorrow.
I'll be here. All right, Mike.
Go
What you
on
got,
back and
man?
do what you're doing."
Give us a speech, Mike. Give us a speech.
Speech. There you go.
Oh man, I don't.
That boy
I
came.
had a lot of fun this week. I
That
did.
sums up your
I
Friday.
had a
Yeah,
lot of
you're
fun this
here.
week.
You and I were both here like till like 6:30
Yeah.
last night. Yeah.
I don't know. I think this spell is just. I like it.
Dude, that's crazy.
Everybody hated it.
And it likes you.
Yeah.
It likes you.
Yeah.
So
Everybody else hated it. I enjoy it.
just keep
I
that same
love
energy. We love you.
Yeah.
You. What did you tell me this week? You basically gave me the keys to a kingdom that was.
Yeah, non-existent. You can make it
No,
happen.
it was existing. It was just on fire and planes were crashing and people robbing stores
Yeah,
and
just
shit was
think about,
crazy.
like-
They need a sheriff.
Yeah, think about like Seattle during COVID, you know?
That shit was crazy. People burning trash cans and shit.
Damn.
And there's a homeless guy over there. What is he doing?
Yeah,
That's
but
right.
no, he came in and owned it. So
I'm bringing order to the town. So
Yeah, he is.
A lot of
There's a new
different
sheriff
got
in
this
town.
weird,
Sure.
cool little look going on with the shadow.
Yeah,
I know, right?
There's a new sheriff in town. Sheriff Mike.
Sheriff Mike,
Sheriff
Dispo Mike,
Dispo
Sheriff Mike.
if you'll be added to our preferred partners list, please reach out to me.
Yep. If you want to be on our preferred partner list, guys, what that actually looks like, Mike, how do we engage that list? Like, do we send them deals or what does that look like?
I first contact you. I don't just send you stuff like any other wholesaler. So I'll contact you first. We'll create a little relationship over the phone call, see exactly what you want. We know what exactly you can do. And then we kind of go from there. I send you deals based on what you're looking for in the markets you're looking in. And then I won't just email you. I'll call you too.
Dang, not just email. You'll actually be able to get on the phone with Dispo Mike.
There you go.
There you
Dog.
go. I love it.
Bro.
I love it. Thank you,
Dog.
Mike. Everybody give it up one more time for Dispo Mike.
Hey,
And, hey, let's
yo.
Thank
also
you very
give it
much.
up for Terry, everybody.
Terry
Come on
deserves
in,
a round of
everybody.
applause.
Come
Mike,
on.
go back and do what you're doing.
He gets the honorary mention here.
I'll snap for you, Terry.
Yeah, he
Snap
gets some
for it.
I want to give you some confidence, Terry.
Oh, snap.
I got plenty of
But
confidence.
guys, thank you again for joining us for a great episode of Freaky Friday. If you made it to this point in the video, please join us tomorrow. The training starts at 12 o'clock Eastern time. That's 10 o'clock Arizona. We're going over the lead system, going over how we're finding the deals for Dispo Mike to sell, the deals with Terry locks up on the front end, and how we're doing it.
That's
at a
right.
Very, very, very affordable
Nothing
clip.
happens without me.
That's right. Hey, hey, somebody's got to lock them up.
Dispo
so-
Mike ain't got shit to dispo if I don't get the deals. Y'all remember that.
Yeah, so we're breaking that down tomorrow, guys. And again, next week starts the 3:30 live in the Facebook group. Hopefully, you guys come in, tune in. Dispo Mike has volunteered himself. We're going to be in together 3:30 to 4. We're breaking down deals in 4 to 5. We're doing some live calls, call coaching. It's going to be a ton of fun. Hopefully, build some relationships with you. You get to know us a little bit better. We get to learn about you, and we get to do some business together. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Thank you all for watching another episode of Freaky Friday. We'll see you next time.
I'll win a chain next week.
Bye.